Sometimes history doesn't come from museums or books. Sometimes it lies silent beneath riverbanks, waiting for someone to listen.
And my best find of the day was this here dog tag. Now this dog tag, we need your help with, guys. So this is a Mr. Rudolph Taylor, and we don't know whether he's British or American or Canadian. It could be anything, but it's got WVI on the end. Now WVI can stand for West Virginia, but there's also a Kenrick or a Kendrick up in Cheshire in the UK as well. So we have got to do a bit more research on this. Hopefully you guys will find somebody who is related, or the grandchildren or whatever, to this person with your help. If not, we'll do our utmost to get this back to his family. Again, another dog tag, and this man, whether he was killed in service or whether he survived, was a hero, and he went out and done his service for a couple of years in the army. So we salute you, whoever you are, Mr. Taylor, and we hope to get this back to the family. We really do. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah.
That would be amazing if we could get this back to his family.
Oh, no way! As somebody named Katie, hi, how do I go about getting in touch with you or on some dog tags you found? They belong to my grandpa.
Oh,
Katie!
Brilliant.
Yeah,
What a
absolutely.
hero, Katie. Well, I just think you're really proud to have a granddad like that. Awesome. Let's have
Martin's
a
put
look.
I'm over the moon for the good news about the tag. It's quite emotional when something like that happens.
Yeah. I mean, we never expected it this quick.
No?
Usually it would take, a little bit of time at least to find out. But
That's probably the quickest.
brilliant.
And
Can't wish for
timing.
any better.
Timing
Yeah, our
as well.
subscribers are absolutely fantastic. They support us through everything, and they get our sense of humour. We have a right good laugh, and they're just brilliant people.
We do.
Yeah.
On to the chat.
Yeah, Katie, that is amazing that you found this live,
And it's
And-
a granddad.
and it's your granddad.
Oh, man.
So thank you for his service. I just wanted to say that to you, off all the Peaky Dippers. And Oh, we'd love to know so much about him. We can get this dog tag back to you.
Yeah.
It'd be nice for him to be recognised for his service, wouldn't it?
It would. It
Yeah.
would be. Well, yeah.
By us.
That should all be recognised.
I'm just...
Rudolph Taylor, also known as Rudy, was born on Fenwick Mountain, West Virginia, on January the 5th, 1922, the 5th of 11 own births. He was one of 3 brothers who served in World War II. He went to Toad Grade School through the 8th grade, when his work with his father's timber business and never-ending chores of a large family took precedence over further education. He also worked on the assembly line for the Rheem Corporation in Baltimore. At that time, they had retooled their factories for the war effort. Rudy, feeling the need to serve, enlisted in the army, planning to be a field medic. The driving skills learned while he was working his family duties were noticed during training. Consequently, he was assigned to the 8th Army Air Force 7th Photo Group, 22nd Photo Squadron. When he received his overseas orders, Rudy was stationed at a base called Mount Farm. This assignment was in England near Abingdon, where his work involved rescue and recovery of pilots and crew that crashed inbound from missions over enemy territory. The task of his unit was aerial reconnaissance of strategic targets both before and after bombing runs. These assignments were very dangerous because aerial photographs had to be taken quickly at low altitude. These aeroplanes were slow compared to enemy fighter planes that would often pursue them. During the return flight, many of the planes were shot down, with several managing to crash in rough terrain well short of their base's runway in England. While stationed in England, Rudy met an English girl from Ramsgate named Eileen Joyce White, and was also known as Vicky, who was enlisted in the Women's Army Corps. They dated for some time and often visited Abingdon, which was near their respected bases. They were married on January the 8th, 1944.
Those days made me who I am. When we were younger, we were never running out of time. As long as we had each other, everything was black and white. Driving in a car, never knowing how far we come. When we were younger, when we were younger. As long as we had each other, everything was black and white. When we were younger.
How significant in the history of your marriage?
That's our 50th wedding anniversary.
So then you all were So you all were married on January the 8th, 1944.
and it was sunshiny, and we got back at 2 o'clock in the afternoon at St. George's Church in Ramsgate.
Is that an Episcopal church?
Mm-hmm.
Ramsgate, England?
Yeah.
How old were you then?
I was 19 and 4 months.
How old were you,
Uh,
Mr. Taylor?
I was about 20,
it's 22 and 2-3 days. wasn't
yeah,
it?
22
Yeah.
3 days.
Yeah.
How'd you all first meet?
Well, we met.
She was looking for a free meal.
You happened to be at
No, I didn't have no meal. I didn't have no meal that day.
No, seriously, how'd you all meet?
We just met up along the River Thames,
River Thames,
Little
where at?
part, we were there in
in Abingdon.
Abingdon.
Well, we both in service.
How far away from Ramsgate's that?
Oh, it's quite a ways.
70.
Vicky travelled to America in October of 1944, and Rudy continued to serve in England. Vicky liked to say she arrived in Richwood on a doodle-bug train. Vicky had her first child on Fenwick Mountain in January 1945. At the time of his first son's birth, Rudy was still months away from mustering out of the armed services. The war in Europe ended in May of 1945. After nearly 3 years serving his country, Rudy was mustered out on September 27th. He returned to Richwood shortly after to his wife and 9-month infant son. Shortly after returning to the States, the family relocated to Detroit in Michigan for job opportunities. While there, they welcomed their second child in July 1946. Not liking city life and yearning for the woods and streams of West Virginia, the family returned home. They had 2 more children, and Rudy worked in and around the coal mines for the rest of his working career. It was 80 years ago this dog tag was with Rudy, the patriarch to his family, while serving and fighting for freedom of his country. How the dog tag was lost, only to end up by the River Thames in Abingdon, and then found in 2025, and to be reunited with his family another continent away is so statistically improbable that a movie studio wouldn't believe it. However, if you knew Rudy, what he stood for, and the lasting impression he left on his family's life, it's not surprising that part of him found its way back to the mountains where he was born, where he lived, and where he is buried. This dog tag found its way back to his loved ones. Just like Rudy spent his life travelling the crooked roads of West Virginia.
Hi Piggy Dippers, I'm Katie Bowles and I am here in Richwood, West Virginia, and we're going to unpackage my grandpa's dog tags. I want to thank you guys for finding this treasure for our family, and I also want to thank Claire Larry for reaching out to my mother, Cindy Taylor, on Ancestry.com, and I want to thank my mom for working really hard on our family tree, and we are so appreciative to you guys. This is truly a treasure to us. All right, I'm going to introduce you to these 3. This is my Uncle Blair, this is my dad, Randy, and this is my Aunt Linda, and they're going to let y'all know about the history of my grandpa and with my grandma. So here we go.
All right, well, I'm Randy Taylor, and I'll just start off a little bit about my dad, Rudolph Taylor. He was born 5th of January 1922, and he volunteered for the United States Army Air Force in 1942, I believe. He arrived in Scotland in 1943 on the 8th of June, and was stationed at a base called Mount Farm, which was near Abingdon.
Like a lot of other people here, the family want to thank Peaky Dippers for finding the dog tag and getting it returned to us. We've always been a close family, but having a dog tag, it was very special to the whole family to reunite and think about the past and our lives with them, and what a wonderful pair of parents they were.
Hey there. As I did to my brother, thank you guys. This is a gift to us from somebody very special. Our dad was quite the character, and it's opened up a lot of dialogue between my brothers and I about wonder how this happened. You know, what could have, how could these dog tags have gotten into the river? And it's been a walk through sweet memories for us. Growing up, we heard a lot of conversations, mostly from our mother, who was from Ramsgate on the English Channel, and she would tell us about the war and how her family acclimated. She had a sister and two brothers who were sent away to the northern part of the country, evacuated, but she joined the Royal Air Force. Is that right? Royal Air Force. And she and my dad met somewhere in Abingdon, somewhere between the time he arrived in Scotland in 43 and when they were married in 44 in January. And we found some pictures that I believe are probably in Abingdon, taken in Abingdon. One particular, there's a lady, they used to, when they had weekends off, they would meet each other in town in Abingdon and rent a room for Mrs. Cross. And but we've got some really delightful pictures of Dad and his mates, and I imagine somewhere along the way between his duties there as a medic, and he was a driver as well, because he learned on the country roads how to drive in rugged terrain. Somewhere these two met, fell in love, and sort of the story of our family started. At any rate, we really appreciate the idea that we've got something. Didn't ever occur to me, I don't know about you guys, we never saw dog tags. It never occurred to me that we didn't have dog tags from Dad. And then we get this surprise finding from the Peaky Dippers, and what a blessing it was. Came through our sister-in-law, and now we've gotten actually the dog tags. And I just wanted to put this picture up. It's a picture of Mom and Dad and their wedding in Ramsgate at St. George's Church.
Dad was part of the 22nd Photo Squadron, which was part of the 7th Photo Group stationed in Britain. Their job was to go into the enemy territory, take photographs, and quickly leave. They were often chased by German aircraft and shot down or shot at, came in wounded. Sometimes they came in with less fuel than they needed and they crashed. Dad was a medic with that group, and his job primarily was driving the unit and also treating the injured or recovering the bodies. And so that was the main focus of that. I think that a lot of times planes would go down in the channel. Sometimes they would land safely. Oftentimes they would crash because they were damaged or out of fuel. It was a horrific scene and a great job by the Army. The photos that were taken were essential to the Allied effort in Europe, that they could get in and get tactical pictures of places, railroad terminals, depots, fuel depots, major buildings, and they'd take the pictures both before and after the bombing run. So they would go in, get the pictures, bring them back, and have them developed. Based on that, they would develop an attack pattern, and after the attack was done, they would go back again and get pictures of the damage, so they know how successful they were. Similar to the satellites we see today. So it was a state of the art at that time for warfare.
And so here is to the event we've been looking forward to for a month and a half or so now, as we've waited the arrival of Dad's dog tags. So we've already cut the end, but we haven't looked inside, and we wanted to all do it together.
There's a little letter with it.
Yeah, there's a letter. Peaky Dippers, History and Hunters. That's lovely. I'll let you, if you want to read that, Katie.
It says, Dear Katie and family, we are so thrilled to be able to return your grandpa's dog tag back to your family. We can only imagine the memories it may bring back, and it's our hope that having it returned brings a small sense of connection and comfort. We don't know what the full journey this dog tag has taken, but we do know it's finally home now. Thank you for the service and sacrifices your grandpa gave, and thank you for allowing us to be a small part of honoring his memory. All our love, Peaky Dippers History Hunters, and all our beloved subscribers. Thank you guys.
All right, so, okay, this will be interesting, me opening the box. I'll open it the wrong end. Oh my goodness. My goodness.
What's inside?
So it
looks like a bullet hole. That's what
or the where it's hooked, yeah. It's on it.
So that does
It's
look
a
like
bullet hole.
My goodness. And you want to zoom in on that? Try to get my fingers.
My bad for 80 years
Yeah.
in the water.
In the muck and the water. Thank goodness for mudlarkers.
I think they were target practice.
Well, we've wondered. Don't we wish Dad was here that he could tell us the story of this tag and how it came to be in the bottom of the Thames, and I'm sure it was interesting because Dad he could tell some very interesting stories. It's sort of like a gift from the grave. I know that sounds morbid, but
it's amazing, really.
Well, thank you, Peaky Dippers, once again. And now looking at the dog tag, it does appear that perhaps we have some of the mystery solved. It appears that perhaps Dad was somehow taking target practice at this. But we plan to enshrine it in this triangular case that is part of was presented at Dad's funeral. And before we do that, we're going to take it to the pub and have a beer.
There we have it.
Young, and we didn't want to be exposed. Even though it was cold, we were never wearing proper clothes. Always trying to be cool, trying to be those bad guys, smoking cigarettes behind the school. Always trying to be cool, trying to be those bad guys, you know. I still think about what we had when we were younger. We were never running out of time. As long as we had each other, oh, everything was black and white. Driving in a car, never knowing how far we could his eyes. Hey, I thought I was Romeo, I was looking for my Juliet. And as soon as I left, I told my friends. Those days made me who I am. When we were younger, we were never running out of time. As long as we had each other, oh, everything was black and white. Driving in a car, never knowing how far we'd go. When we were younger, oh, when we were younger. When we were younger, we were never running out of time. As long as we had each other, oh, everything was black and white. When we were younger.